So you might know the most common words spoken in English, but are you saying them right? Hi, welcome back to Go English. My name is Darren. In this video, you will hear what the top 10 most common English words sound like when they're used in a sentence by a native speaker and not just by themselves alone, because it's not the same. If you hear a word spoken by itself, that's not the same sound as when it's used fluidly in a sentence by a native speaker. So in this video, I will show you how you can start using these top 10 most commonly spoken English words and sound like a native speaker. Okay, let me tell you why it's different. Let's use the example sentence, the car is parked at the beach. Now, each of these words sounds like I just said, the car is parked at the beach. But when we speak English, we don't sound like this. English is spoken with rhythm, and we put more stress on the words that have more meaning in the sentence. So in this sentence, the words that should be stressed are car, parked, beach. So it sounds like this. The car is parked at the beach. The other words get shortened to make the rhythm work. Sometimes the syllables are longer, sometimes they're shorter, but the stressed syllables are in a regular rhythm. And so this sentence would sound like this if spoken by a native speaker. The car is parked at the beach. The car is parked at the beach. The car's parked at the beach. The car's parked at the beach. Do you hear the difference? So why should you learn how to do this? It's important to be fully understood and so you can understand what native speakers are saying a little bit more clearly. Once you start to see how some of these words change and are shortened or reduced, then you will better be able to understand the language. Okay, the first and most common word spoken in English is the. T-H-E, the. And you've probably learned to say it this way, the. But used in a sentence, it doesn't sound like that. There are actually two different pronunciations of the word the, depending on what comes after the word. If the word after the starts with a consonant sound, it sounds like the. It's very short, very fast, and it was one of the words I used in my example sentence, the car. The car is parked at the beach. The. So my tongue is just on the back of my front teeth. The car is parked at the beach. The. If, however, the word following the starts with a vowel sound, the becomes the. And for example, the end, the end, the end. Or apple, the apple, the apple, the apple, the end, the. The end, the apple. Got it? Okay, on to word number 2. Word number 2 is not just one word, it is be verbs. We are going to do am, is, and are. Now these change depending on how they're being used. I am, you are, we are, they are, he is, she is, or it is. Now these are often combined. They are contractions. So I am becomes I'm. I wouldn't say I am a teacher. It's awkward. It doesn't fit with the rhythm of the language. So I'm a teacher. I'm a teacher. I'm a teacher. I'm a teacher. Next we have you are. You are becomes you're. You are. You're. You're a student. You're great. You're. We are becomes we're. We're, or even faster, we're. We're okay. We're almost there. They are becomes they're. They're. They're my friends. They're on their way. He is becomes he's. He's almost here. He's my friend. He's. She's just the same. She is. She's my friend. And it is it's. It's. Sometimes we can even drop the I sound. So it's t's, t's. It's cold outside. It's cold outside. If I want to speak clearly, I would say that it's. But native speakers always speak very quickly and sounds get dropped. So it's becomes t's in many cases. It's okay. It's gonna rain. They are becomes they're. They're in the kitchen. They're. Almost no sound, no vowel sound. They're in the kitchen. They're in the kitchen. They're. All right, and word number 3. Word number 3 is to. T-O, to. Two almost never sounds like the number 2. 1, 2. It often sounds like t, but smaller than that. The oo becomes like a schwa sound. So it's t. And occasionally, or often, the t becomes a d because it's on an unstressed syllable. In American English, the T sounds in unstressed syllables often become a D sound or a flap T, like a da 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 da, like this. Like go to bed would be go to bed, go to bed. The T, do you hear the 2? Go to bed. Duh. Go to bed. Go to bed. Go to bed. Go to bed. Okay. Word number 4 is the word of. Of becomes Sometimes we have a very small v sound at the end, but usually it's just the like kinda, sorta, kind of, sort of. Like I'm kinda tired. I'm kinda tired. I'm sorta hungry. Sorta, kinda. Is of. Okay, I want to give you some example sentences using some of the words that we've learned so far. We've only learned 4, but I have a sentence right here, and I want you to try to say this sentence using the new way that you've learned to say these words. Okay, so each word, one by one, it would sound like this. I'm happy to be here. So how would I say that fluently or fluidly? I'm happy to be here. I'm happy to be here. I'm happy to be here. So I am happy to be here. I'm happy to be here. I'm happy to be here. So the stress is happy, be here. I'm happy to be here. Okay, here's another one. Each word by itself is he is kind of tall. So when I put them together, he's kind of tall. He's kind of tall. He's kind of tall. He's tall. He's kind of tall. And on to word number 5. Word number 5 is the word and. A-N-D. And. Now, and reduces down in 2 different ways. Sometimes we say and just drop the D, like you and me, or I like cookies and cream, or apples and bananas. But more often than that, we drop the A sound also. So it just becomes the like this, up and down, left and right, you and me, you and me. It's just an N sound to connect these 2 words, salt and pepper. All right, and word number 6 is the word A. The letter A never makes the long or short vowel sound of A. It's just the schwa. So it's a hat, a man, a teacher, a banana. And you know, we only use the word before a word that starts with a consonant sound. Okay, if the next word is a vowel sound, as you've probably learned, we don't use we use an. All right, and word number 7 is the word in. In. I-N. In. In doesn't drop any sounds, and it's not really reduced, but it is almost never stressed. So because it's always an unstressed syllable, it becomes very small. And so it sounds like this. In. He's in a meeting. He's in a meeting. He's in a meeting. I live in a house. 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 You hear the in? In. I live in a house. All right, that brings us to word number 8. Now, word number 8 is that. That. T-H-A-T. That. That can be used in many different ways. It can be stressed or unstressed, but it's often unstressed. And when it's unstressed, the ah sound becomes the schwa sound, like that, that. And if it's unstressed, the ah sound becomes a schwa, like And the T depends on what is coming next. If it is followed by a vowel sound, the T becomes a D sound. For example, that I would be that I. That I. That I. Not that I know of. Not that I know of. That I. That I. That I. It's a very fast, flat T, sounds like a D, that I. Now, if the word that follows that starts with a consonant sound, the T becomes a stop T. And a stop T doesn't use the front of your tongue like a t-t-t. It uses the back of your tongue. And you use the back of your tongue to stop the sound suddenly. Like this. That. 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 So, for example, that he. That he. That he. That he. That he. Okay, and that brings us on to word number 9. Word number 9 is have. Have. H-A-V-E. Now, have is usually, not always, but usually contracted in spoken English like this. You have, you've. We have, we've. I have, I've. They have, they've. So it just becomes a v after the word. So I've, we've. let's include the word has, because it's really kind of the same thing. So he has becomes he's. He's at the park. He's at the park. He's at the park. She has is she's. She's with me. She's with me. It has becomes its. It's. He's. She's. These are Z sounds. But its is an S sound. It's about time. It's about time to go. It's. All right, and finally, word number 10, the 10th most spoken word in English is the word I. I. Now, I can be a stressed word. It can be on a stressed syllable, or it can be unstressed. And when it's unstressed, it's a very small sound. I like it. I like it. I think so. I think so. So you hear the I in I think so. Think so. I think so. I think so. So we don't have to say I. It's more like I think so. I did it. I did it. I did it. Now, did you notice that all 10 of the 10 most spoken words in English, all 10 of them change what they sound like when they're spoken in a sentence? So when you learn them in school, you hear I, and have, these long form, very clearly spoken words. And it's good to know what they sound like if you say them slowly and clearly. But if you want to sound like you're speaking naturally, you should learn this. And so it's very interesting that all 10 of the most spoken words, they all change when we put them in a sentence. So after learning these top 10 most commonly spoken words in English, if you master these, it will make a big difference in how natural your English sounds, and I'm sure you'll be able to understand people a little bit better as well. So this was the first 10. I plan to do more, and in this playlist right here, I will put all of those future videos about the most common English words and how you should be using them in a sentence. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel up here and ring the bell so you don't miss out on any of my future videos. So thank you for watching. Goodbye.